back, and I apologize for not doing videos for more than a month. So, or some little issues that maybe I will be talking about a little bit later that uh, didn't make me have energy to do some videos. So you can keep with this information and updates of the DadaAbc job opportunity. And also, maybe if you have questions about how to get hired in other companies, I can also help you with that. If your case is that you already applied to DadaAbc and you haven't heard from them, then maybe you want to try and watch the video that I made about the online list about different companies. There are hundreds of companies you can work for, and if you didn't have the fortune to get hired or to hear back from DadaAbc, then I encourage you to go and check that video where I explain the lists and what you can find there. Okay, so today's video I want to talk about solving some important questions that I see on the comments sections frequently. So this is going to be one of the purpose of this video, and the other one is also to show you where you can go and look yourself to get information or gather information about the job opportunity. And of course, you can also have ask me questions, and I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. And well, here we go. So the first thing I want to tell you is that for those interested in the job, you can go to this Facebook group that has been created by the DadaAbc administration. So this group is administrated by Dada staff, right? So you will get all the right answers in this group, not based on a personal experience such as myself that I explained to you, my personal experience and the little knowledge I have from this, since I still don't, it hasn't been a year that I've been working with them. So right here you will get all the right and precise answers, and I encourage you to join the group because this was precisely made for people who are interested in the job. It's DadaAbc Rookies Go, so look for it like that, and then well, you just click and join. And I'm not sure how this is, but if I join, maybe there would be a couple of questions, because that's how the other group that it's made for teachers who are or tutors who are already at DadaAbc has it. You have to answer a few questions, and then you are accepted. If this is the case, if there are some questions that appear, first please answer them, because you won't get accepted unless you do that. Now, in the last video, I think it was the last video I talked about that I was going to make, or that I made a group that it was for me to be a little bit more in contact and a little bit more free for you to ask questions without hesitating where, right? So I created that group, but same thing. The little issues that came up this past month didn't let me continue with the administration of the group. I was abandoning basically the group. So I decided to take it down and suggest you to go directly to the groups that have been created by DadaAbc, where you will get all the help and all the answers that you need. So that group doesn't exist anymore. It was called ESL Prospect Tutors for DadaAbc. So don't even look for it, because I have taken it down. Maybe we'll cancel it or file it. I don't know how to say it, because it's really hard to eliminate a group, you need to eliminate all the members. So it's really hectic to be eliminating 45 members one per one. I don't have time for that. So I just um, cancel it for a while, and maybe if you look for it but you won't join, you cannot join. Maybe you could see the information there, but you really can't comment or nothing. So just join .abc rookies go. Go to the root of your answers. Okay, and another thing that I want to suggest you is that you can also learn, and you should, I recommend you like it or follow this web page, the Facebook page, which is .abc. Just .abc, like it, and check out the information you have here. You have videos that can bring you valuable information, and articles. So this is very helpful. I really encourage you to look at these videos, and these videos you can also find them right here on the DadaAbc YouTube channel. So you just look DadaAbc right here, and there you go. You have DadaAbc YouTube channel, where you have a lot of videos that are very helpful, that will give you an idea what the company is about. A lot of helpful tips on how to introduce yourself, how to make rewarding systems besides the rewarding system that I already told you. The virtual classroom has 2-minute videos to show you more or less how teachers or how tutors work with their students and the different styles they use. Yes, right here is a little bit teacher tours company headquarters, and you have a lot of videos that you can find a lot of information on what DadaAbc is about. So please check the YouTube channel. I see that a lot of people don't realize that this information is out there for you to know what this company is about, to give you an idea if you think this is a company that you would like to work for. And I guarantee you that if you look at the face page, you join the Facebook group, and you watch the YouTube videos from DadaAbc, you will clearly get an idea and decide for yourself if you want this job, if you want to work for this company. Okay, and well, right here I received the last thing that I want to show you. One of the last things I want to show you is this question that I received. I don't want to give the name because I think it's a little bit private, since this is a VIP kid teacher. She says, "Hi, thanks for the reply. I was wondering what the cancellation policy is like. If you're sick or have a family emergency, are you allowed to cancel a class, or can you switch with someone? Do they have substitute teachers? Just wondering because at VIP Kid it is very strict. Sorry to hear that. You are only allowed 6 cancellations per 6-month contract, and a cancellation is not a day but a class. So if you have 10 classes in one day and are severely sick, then you are pretty much screwed." Okay, and I had to teach with pneumonia, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sorry, with my Spanglish they're interfering. Even with a note from the doctor, they wouldn't accept it, on only admission to the hospital will be allowed. I miss my daughter giving birth to twins. This is one of the reasons I'm thinking of going to another company. I have been watching videos and noticed that you speak English and it gets translated into Chinese for the students. So this is not total English immersion. Not that it matters. It would help with my learning Chinese. Yeah, that would be nice. And I also noticed it says you have to stay online even if you don't have a class. Is this correct? Plus, do you get paid for classes the parents cancel or administration? Sorry for all the questions, but I'm interested and like to do my research first. Thanks a lot, Vicky. Thank you, Vicky, for your question, and I hope you don't mind that I put this on on this video. But I think all the questions that you put out there and your personal experience, it's really good to show everybody what, basically to give you the answers, because maybe some other persons might be in the same situation as you are or have been, right? Okay, so to answer your first question, are you allowed to cancel class or can you switch with someone? Basically, it's not that you switch with someone. Yeah, you're allowed to cancel a class, but it is with a few hours in advance that you should ask, and you should have a very valid reason to do that. That's one of the things. And if you can show some proofs, like some pictures about the situation, or maybe you know something written, something that proves that you're asking for leave for this or that reason, then you are basically good to go. I mean, there wouldn't be a reason why they would tell you no. Okay, so as long as you have proofs, yeah, you can ask for leave without any problem, without worrying that you would have any deduction, because yes, there are deductions if there is no valid reason for you canceling your lessons. Now, right here, you are only allowed 6 cancellations per 6-month contract. In this case, DadaAbc has not been strict, at least not in my experience, that you should be asking a minimum of leaves per contract. No, there has been no reason or no situation in my case. Okay, and I think everybody's case, because we get, we have some communication. So some teachers, it hasn't been the case about minimum. So in this case, DadaAbc is not strict, so you wouldn't have to worry. So right here about your situation where you had to work also sick. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, because you had a very serious condition there. Right here, as long as you have, if you couldn't even tell them that you couldn't work or that you're leaving to the hospital for an emergency or this or that, if you couldn't even tell them that, then you at least have to, as soon as you come back or as soon as you can, if somebody can do it for you, show the doctor's order about your situation, your condition, and well, that works basically. And that would be one of the ways that you wouldn't have deductions, but it also means that you wouldn't get paid for that day, basically, because you didn't work, right? So no work, no pay, simple as that. But if you don't say anything, if you don't have a proof, then again, you're gonna have deductions on your payment. So in this case, if it was in this case daughters giving birth, well, if it's from because of another person's condition, then you have that to have that person's doctor's order or hospital proof about the situation of that person that you helped. Okay, so right here, proofs are important. Screenshots, pictures, little papers, bills, situations like, oh my, there was no electricity. Then you try to get a proof, the reason why you didn't have any electricity, at least a picture. Oh, look, it doesn't work. I'm turning on this and it doesn't, something like that. And maybe internet connection issues, then you should call your internet provider and ask for some kind of proof if they can give you, if it's a problem that is coming from the company and not directly from your house. Okay, so proofs are the key here for you not to have deductions and not to worry about deductions or getting fired for any reason, as long as you have proofs. Um, yeah, in this case, I agree. There are a lot of companies that are very strict or a little bit more strict than DadaAbc. As I said in my other videos, one of the wonderful things that I found about DadaAbc is that they are not very strict. They give the opportunity to the people who are qualified, who also have the talent, because this is also a talent. Teaching is not for everyone. It doesn't mean that if you speak English now you are able to teach. You also have to have like the talent and also the knowledge, right? You have to have basically the practice, and if you don't have the practice, then you should have the talent now to start this career path. And yeah, this is more or less what I can say about this. This is one of the things that I love about Dada. Now, I would right here jump in into why I stopped making videos for more than a month is because I found out that I am pregnant. So I recently had a little situation where I saw my health affected. And well, you know, first trimester is one of the hardest, especially if it's the first one. So that's my case. But fortunately, I'm okay. Nothing happened. We're okay right here. And one of the things that I can say is that they were very supportive and that they were very comprehensive with the situation. Of course, I had the hospital proofs and everything to let them know that this was the case, so they would know that this was the case, and they were willing to give me 1 whole month without working. Obviously, I wouldn't get paid, but I wouldn't get fired because of my condition either. So, in this case, uh, that's another of the things I love about DadaAbc, that they are very supportive and comprehensive with delicate situations such as pregnancy. So I encourage you ladies out there, if this is one of your cases and you're thinking of maybe having a little work at home, and you're right here watching this video thinking, DadaAbc would be a good place I could work for, or I would like to know more about the company. Pregnancy wouldn't be an issue for you not to get hired, but you also have to be very transparent with the conditions that come with your pregnancy. If it's a delicate pregnancy, then maybe you want to tell them, because if you're going to have in the future, hopefully not, but if you had an emergency situation, then at least they would know why. But if your situation or your pregnancy is very delicate, I would suggest not to not to not to apply for the job, since maybe you would be having a lot of leaves or be asking for a lot of leaves because of your situation. But if you have a stable, normal pregnancy, go ahead, go for the job. Pregnancy is not an issue for not working or working for them, okay? Well, now that I have found back my energy and making this video, let me tell you one of the other things that I think would be good right here to answer the question. If it's one of the things is that if you're asking for leaves, this is information for leaves, asking for leaves. If it is caused by force majeure factors, asking for leave must be 4 hours earlier than the class time to inform DadaAbc. If not, unless coordinator agrees about the reason of the excuse, otherwise 120 RMB for each 30 minutes will be deducted from the payment. If it is less than 30 minutes, it will be calculated as 30 minutes. Okay, so right here, the coordinator, you can get contact by email or by the platform, DadaAbc platform, or the other way is the coordinator that, or the person that is with you on Skype, that you have contact constantly on Skype. Okay, as soon as you get hired, you have a contact on Skype where you can reach for anything that you need, or they reach you for anything that you need to know. Okay, so right here, it is very important that your proofs, the major information is through your Skype contact. As soon as you get hired, you will have this person assigned. Okay, and well, they are the ones that check. Yeah, this is valid. Okay, so your leave it is approved. The other right here is ask for sick leave, but needs to provide the statement from the hospital to DadaAbc the next day. Well, the next day or the day that you can, basically, because if you're, uh, you are at the hospital more than one day, then maybe you could ask someone to do that, as I mentioned before. Next, the school will close for some public holidays or other reasons. There will be no classes. DadaAbc doesn't need to pay salary during those periods. You will be informed at least 20 days in advance about the school closing date and the number of days off. Okay, so for this one, it's basically 2 periods of the year that we have this situation where we basically don't have we can't work because there's no there are no classes because of their celebrations over there in China. So one of the periods is February, uh, 7 days basically, and the other one would be also October, if I believe. I'm not sure what's the name of the festivals and all the reasons behind it, but those are the 2 periods where you basically don't have a few days of work, and basically you don't get paid for those days. Okay, so this is one of the situations for all Chinese companies, basically, and any Asian company having a festivity similar to China's. Okay. Please note that there will be no payment when you are asking for a leave. Very important. There's no payment if you don't work. There's no pay. After 1 year of this fixed contract time and you haven't asked for leave, within 1 year, you are eligible to have a paid leave for 10 working hours. Please apply for this paid leave 60 days in advance. So right here, you are in charge to ask for this, not them. If you are sure and you are the proof that you didn't ask for leave any day, you were all your working days in your contract there teaching, then you are the one in charge, telling them, knock knock, hey, I have never asked for leave during this year, this period. Maybe you would have 2 contracts, so 6 months each. That will make it a year. But neither for each contract you ask for a leave. You are in charge to tell them, I am eligible for this. To get paid for 10 working days, and well, could be resting 10 days without while receiving a payment. So this is the payment that you would have in your contract, the hours you would have in your contract in this case. And well, basically, I hope this is answering a lot of people the question about asking for leave and what are the Dada's ways and how strict are they. So I hope this helps you. Now, one of the other questions that I have here is about using Chinese during class. Yeah, you can use some phrases, but the focus is English, right? And actually, when you start with DadaAbc and you enter the platform, you have a username and everything, you will notice if you go in the section where it says training video, it is a very important section, because right here you will find a lot of videos that will give you a lot of ideas on how to make your classes happen. And one of the videos that is very useful is called Simple Class Instructions in Chinese, and this is very helpful for learners that are basically in zero knowledge of English. In my case, this is a recent video. So in my case, how have I done it when I have this kind of kids that really don't understand class instructions? There is a section, and I think I talked about this on the virtual classroom, where I show you a screenshot of the virtual classroom where you can type a word. Basically, you should type a word, and then you can translate it. And that's what I do. I type the word that is the most relevant for the instruction, and then I put it there: speak, read, simple word phrases where they can read. And this has been very helpful for me. But as to same phrases in English, well, in Chinese, excuse me, I really have not done it, especially because my Chinese pronunciation is horrible. Um, and yeah, that's why I avoid avoid the use of even Chinese phrases. In the end, they start getting the English class instructions. So if you are one of the persons that want to use Chinese phrases, then go ahead. You may, but talking in Chinese and making a Chinese English class is not the best option. Okay. And is there another question right here? Mm. Do you get paid for classes that parents cancel, or administration? You get paid for classes that parents canceled. Yes, you do. One of the things is that, yeah, you have to stay during the period. If you say, I want to work 2 hours, you have to stay there 2 hours sitting in front of your computer if you don't have any lessons. Yes. Why? Because if a person asks for a sudden leave or didn't arrive for their lessons, maybe they can use you as a substitute. So in that moment, your Skype contact will tell you, hey, right now you're going to have a lesson. Please be ready. Or there's a lesson already programmed for you just right now. Please enter the virtual classroom. That's the reason why you have to sit in front of your computer and be checking and be refreshing each time. Right here, you will notice that if I go to the main page and there's a refresh, I have to be clicking refresh. So I see that if there's a classroom that appears right here in this section, it would appear in green. Right here, this little thing would appear in green where I can enter the classroom. So this is one of the main reasons why you also get paid half the hour. For example, if you get, I don't know, $100 per that hour, which is not the case. You wouldn't get that. I'm sorry, 100 RMB for that hour. Then if you didn't work for that whole hour, but you were sitting in front of your computer with your computer on, then you get 50 RMB for that hour. Okay, so that would be the reason why they pay you, even though you're not doing anything, maybe for a whole hour. Okay. Uh, so yeah, that's why I think they're also not very strict on the asking for leave, because that's why that we are they are hiring us to be ready to do a quick lesson, to have the ability to teach without preparing that much. As long as you have some good props that could be helpful, like general props, like having an ABC poster, whoops, or some kind of puppets or anything. As long as you have those, you can do a very awesome improvised lesson. And the lessons are not that difficult for you not to know what to do at the moment of having the lesson programmed to you. Okay, so sometimes that happens. One of the other things that I want you to know is that sometimes you will have a lesson one day before For example, right here you see I can already preview the lesson I'm going to have tomorrow. I can click right here and I can see the lesson that I will be having, not tomorrow, but the next day. Well, since I'm on Chrome, I have to do all this downloading, but on the platform, I don't have to. I could see it. Anyway, and you prepare for your lesson, right? And the next day, the lesson changes. Okay, so this has annoyed a lot of newbies, where I've seen on the group of the tutor group that DadaAbc has for us on Facebook, and I have seen that they don't know about this, they didn't know about this. So mm, right here, what you need to do is you have to improvise. So you prepare for a whole lesson, but oh my God, you have another lesson. What happened? Don't blank yourself. This is job is also for you to be able to improvise and make it as fun as possible, what you have on the lesson. Again, it's not a big deal. It's not, the lessons are not that complicated. It's kids that you have. Sometimes if you have older kids, teenage kids, it's reading that you would have with them. So you just want to have a little interesting, maybe free talk with them, and then a little bit more on the lesson. And with the younger, you can make use of puppets, songs, right? So please think about that. That's one of the things about this. And I think that's more or less what I needed to talk to you today. Now, one more thing is that you can contact me directly. You can find me, since I don't use the group that I created anymore. You can find me as Loju Miki on Facebook, but of course you can inbox me, send me an inbox message, and if you want a little bit more of personal and direct information about the job, I would be very happy to help you. And one of the things that I would do for you if you contact me directly, so I can help you with your process, with your hiring process for DadaAbc, is that I will also give you the specifics of the contract terms, so you know everything that you need to know about this job before going for it. But I really encourage you to check those other places: DadaAbc Rookies Go, the DadaAbc page, the Dada YouTube, and well, also you can look for me in Casa Cultural, which goes by the same name of this channel. So go ahead and look for me as Casa Cultural. There you go. And you can send me an inbox here too, and I will be answering your question and message as soon as I see it. I always try to do it as soon as I see it. Okay. And well, one of the things that I would like you to do for me is to use the link that that has been provided for me if you decide to apply. I will link it down below on the comment section, but excuse me. But there's also here, let's see, where is it? Okay, so right here, this is the link that I would like you to use. Okay, I will link it down below too. So if you want to apply, you will help me a lot applying with the link that has been provided for me, and you can contact me so I can answer all your questions and help you out with your recruitment process. So you help me, I help you, and we're all happy, right? Okay, and well, I hope this video was helpful for you and not that long. As always, I'm the one doing long videos, but I hope it's not a bad thing for you, and hope to see you soon. And I hope I have my energy back. Um, well, maybe I don't lack energy like I have been lacking, so I can continue making videos for you and answer your questions and do other things for you in this channel. Take care and see you later, colleagues. Bye bye.